Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Wednesday, May 25th, 2022. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. On Tuesday, May 24th, the Ministry of Education, in collaboration with the Environmental Sustainability Unit of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, awarded the winners of the 2021 OECS Virtual Science Fair. The fair was held in observance of International Day for Biological Diversity, which is recognized annually on May 22nd. Malachi Lestrade emerged as the competition's winner with a presentation which focused on plant conservation. He was followed by Kalia Powell of the Ivor Walters Primary School, who placed second, and Shakela Paris of the Charlestown Primary School, who placed third, with their presentations on water conservation. Principal Education Officer Zanella Claxton congratulated the winners of the competition, as well as those involved in making their presentations a success.
We want to commend our students here this afternoon who participated in this competition, the OECS Virtual Science Fair 2021, on conserving natural resources, because it was indeed an opportunity for you. We also want to commend the teachers, parents, and all persons who assisted you, who contributed to your presentations. 1 year later, you have received the good news that you are winners. Your projects speak volumes and reflect the caliber of work that our students can produce.
She also encouraged the participants to continue to further their knowledge of the environment by partaking in similar extracurricular activities.
Students, I want to encourage you to continue to enter competitions, to take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way. Sometimes we may be successful, sometimes we may not be successful in placing, but we will be successful at all times as long as we enter and we try.
Permanent Secretary Dr. Ernie Stapleton presented the prizes. The winner was awarded a Samsung Galaxy tablet. The second placer received an Amazon Fire tablet, and the third place participant received a Samsung Galaxy smartphone. Director of the Department of Sports, Jamir Claxton, says he is working on getting more primary school athletes to engage themselves in sporting activities at the secondary school level. Claxton, who was recently appointed as the representative for sports and youth on the advisory board of the Department of Gender Affairs Boys Mentorship Program, says his focus is especially on athletes who may not have been at the top in primary school but still show great potential.
One of my roles on the board is to help advise, especially among the boys, help advise and help put programs in place that will provide the necessary support to keep these athletes engaged in sporting and recreational activities after primary school. Now, usually the top athletes, the top sportsmen and women in primary school, they tend to also go through high school, participating in sports and even beyond. So those are not the ones that we're too focused on, but it's the others who participate in primary school, who have potential, may not have been the top of the top. Those are the ones that we have to reach and ensure they continue to participate in sports.
The Director of Sports also highlighted some potential opportunities that could stem from active participation in secondary school sporting activities.
When it comes to opportunities in sports, and in terms of scholarships, opportunities to make national teams, opportunities to participate in academies around the world, those institutions usually look at what the athlete or the player would have done in his secondary school phase of his athletic career, and thus we have to now discuss ways of putting necessary structures in place to ensure that these guys keep participating in sport.
Claxton says, however, that in order for this initiative to be executed effectively, it would require strategic collaboration from various sectors of society.
Of course, it's going to be a collaborative effort, not only between the athlete and their coaches, but society as a whole. And when I say society, that includes parents, the Ministry of Sports, the Ministry of Gender Affairs, government agencies, private sector, because at the end of the day, no one entity here in Nevis could ensure putting the necessary structure in place to make sure our boys exceed in sport. It has to be a collaborative effort.
The Maud Cross Preparatory School is celebrating its 45th anniversary. On Monday, May 23rd, 2022, the school held an anniversary awards ceremony to honor past and present teachers who have contributed to the school's successes. Past teacher Dorothy Pinney gave 21 years of service to the Maud Cross Preparatory, while the supervisor of the preschool division of the school, Anne-Marie Smith, has served the school for 18 years. Both were presented with tokens of appreciation by teachers at the school. Superintendent of the school is Lynette Quealy. Quealy spoke of the legacy of the founder Maud Cross and recited a poem written by Cynthia Grenion.
Maud Cross knew how to make learning a pleasure. Maud, the educator extraordinaire, was born in 1920. Lady Maud Cross retired in 1970. 7 years later, she tutored 2 children, then 4, until the numbers grew to 20. Then she started our school, my school, the Charlestown Preparatory. We have now grown to more than 5 times that number. And that is why we are grateful and will always remember she founded our school, now named in her honor, the Maud Cross Preparatory School, which is always on the winning roster. Our patron, Maud Cross, was also the president of the Nevis Handicraft Society Limited. She set a strong foundation in education, and so her name will always be mentioned. She advocated for the establishment of the Newcastle Pottery, and she further promoted the development of other craft cooperations to preserve our history. Parents, students, visitors, and friends, we salute our mentor who taught us to hold out to the end. Endure to succeed, she would always say, and that is our motto up until today. We proudly pay homage to the founder of our school, our lady of class. Her name is Maud Cross. Lady Maud Cross, Lady Maud Cross, Lady Maud Cross was a lady of class. Lady Maud Cross, Lady Maud Cross, Lady Maud Cross was our founder, the boss.
A number of song, dance, drumming, and poem renditions lined the morning's ceremony. Students of 4th and 5th form on Nevis are invited to benefit from the Department of Labor's Career Fair 2022. The Department of Labor will host this year's Career Fair with the theme Skills Development and Opportunities for a Brighter Future. The fair, which is slated for July 11th to 15th, will highlight skills development geared towards employment opportunities and entrepreneurship. Interested 4th and 5th form students on Nevis who have not yet completed registration forms at their respective schools are invited to visit the Department of Labor to complete the registration process. The deadline for registration is June 10th, 2022. The Nevis Water Department is urging its customers to practice water conservation methods as the department is experiencing water supply issues due to a prolonged dry spell. A water rationing schedule for Victoria Road, Prospect, Low Ground, Cherry Garden, Malcolm Hill, Prospect Palms Development, Upper Farms, and Upper Stony Grove will take effect as of Wednesday, May 25th. There will be an interruption in the water service from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. daily until further notice. Persons are also urged to continue to exercise water conservation methods, including using recycled water for lawns, monitoring domestic water use, which includes baths, brushing teeth, washing of dishes and clothes, and the washing of vehicles. The Nevis Water Department apologizes for any inconvenience this may cause to citizens and residents in these areas. The Nevis Culturama Committee is hosting a poetry competition dubbed Young Voices.
The competition seeks to engage the creative minds, the creative writing skills of our children to create a wonderful piece of poetry celebrating those who created the path for the 48 years of Culturama. The competition is open to Nevisians and residents of Nevis between the ages of 8 and 17 years. There will be 3 categories in this competition. Age 8 to 11, that's one category. 12 to 14, that is the second category. And 15 to 17 years would be our third category.
Executive Director of the Culturama Secretariat, Antonio Abanati Liebert, spoke of the prizes for the competition.
The prizes that will be awarded for this competition would be those children between ages 8 to 11 years. They will receive a winning cash prize of $500. Students between the ages of 12 to 14 years would receive a cash prize of $800. And children between the ages of 15 to 17 years would receive a cash prize of $1,000.
Liebert expressed gratitude to the sponsor of the competition.
The Nevis Culturama Committee is grateful to Nevisian author, educator, and blogger, Miss Claudia Liebert of the Morning Star Brown Pasture area, who has a book entitled Fearless Phoenix that is available on Amazon. Miss Liebert is the person sponsoring the cash prizes for this competition, and so on behalf of the Nevis Culturama Committee, I want to say a big thank you to Claudia Liebert for coming on board and partnering with the Nevis Culturama Committee.
One poem is permitted per child. Poems must be in either standard English or Nevisian dialect and must be the entrant's own original work and should not infringe any copyright or any other rights of any third parties, nor be defamatory in any way. Entries must be submitted in video format only. No typed or handwritten entries will be accepted. Entries must be emailed to poetry@culturamanevis.com and must follow the guidelines of the competition. The deadline for submission is by 4 p.m. on Friday, June 17th, 2022. And that's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.